Everyone. Welcome to Lessons in Miracles. I'm Terry Angel here with my co host Karen Palmer. Hi, Karen.
Hello.
And a beautiful family is here to discuss this lesson in miracles. The yawning Christine Elizabeth,
Hello, everyone. Not sorry.
the beautiful Auntie Jean,
Welcome, everyone.
and the charming Charlie Coons.
Hello, everyone.
So let's get going with our meditation that is going to lead us into our hearts.
Okay, so let's just take some nice slow breaths and feel yourself just going back into your heart, back into the full awareness of your original, innocent, true light. Feel yourself resting in your heart as this light. Notice that when you begin to put your awareness on your heart, requesting to remember yourself as light, that light begins to penetrate through all the illusions, through all the appearances, and through everything that we have made to believe in something that never happened. Just let yourself rest in the truth. Oh no, it's not so. I let it go. It never happened. I am still the light that I have always been. And every being on the planet is that light within me. I can choose to see it, or I can choose to ignore it, but it's always there. And the more I choose to focus on my own light, the more I will be comfortable witnessing and observing it in all living beings and in all creation. Just remember when you're in nature and you're called to see a beautiful sunset or a beautiful sunrise, or even just a flower, or one of the amazing elementals, a dragonfly, a butterfly, a moth, a wiggly worm, any little being. The light is there, waiting for us to observe it. But we have to begin with that light in ourselves so that the light can be reflected in all that we see. So as we go into this next lesson, and as we review this lesson, let us gratefully accept the grace that we live by and the grace that we are released by, living in this light, living as this light. For this is our I am presence. This is us in human form, being love's presence. And everywhere we go, every being that we have a holy encounter with wants to remember their light, wants us to see their light beyond all the illnesses, beyond all the appearances, beyond all the ailments, is light and love radiating that light for this moment. Just really let that light expand and penetrate through any thought, belief, idea, through any concepts. Just all of our full focused attention on being the light and letting that light extend and radiate from our heart and mind to all creation, to all living beings. By grace we live, by grace we are released. And so now we can explore this, getting super fun, curious about how to live in grace, how to live in the light. How do we do that? What's the insight have to say about it? What's the practical way to do that? What's the practical? I mean, well, Teri can tell us. She's living it.
Oh, it's all about the trust. All about trust and knowingness that by grace I live and by grace I am released from anything that we envision is holding us back or keeping us from God's grace. And it's that constant knowingness. The insight says, I ask for God's grace, knowing that what I ask for, I will receive. I continue doing the work of forgiveness day by day. I continue handing over my perceptions to the Holy Spirit to receive a new perception. I continue taking every concern, every apprehension to the Holy Spirit's healing light. Opening to the peace of God becomes my one goal. And that's really what it's all about, awakening to love, awakening to that this is the reality, is the love, not that illusion of the ups and downs and the turmoils of the world and all those trials and tribulations that we go through. But it's falling back, that trust fall, falling back and knowing that we're not going to crash to the ground. We're always supported by spirit. And I live with that every day. Like I just have to live fully in trust with what I do. And each of us has to come to terms with that. We each have to find that in our own life that, we can either stay in that concept of the illusion and keep getting sick and keep doing you know, the chaos and dealing with all of the politics and everything that the world is showing us, or we can say, I choose to live by grace. And I know that if I do that, I'm released from all of that low vibration energy. So, yeah, you're right, Karen. It is totally about trust. Totally. And just the confidence and the knowingness that we're not going to be let down. Sometimes it takes a minute. Sometimes we're taught patience when we don't see the immediate thing that we are asking for or that we know is showing up for us, but it's not that it's not there. That's when we step away, when we forget who we are. So it's like a constant remembering and allowing ourselves to remember who we are. That was my thought about it. And it's sometimes not an easy journey, but it's always an interesting journey for
Yeah,
sure.
to me, it's about staying in that changeless state. It's staying in that light, staying as the light. And, like one thing that I really have found and have been so inspired by is, Jesus did such beautiful, amazing healings when he was in the form, in the physical form. And he was as lost as some of us, in those 40 days that he, was confused and that he was losing his faith and wondering, why is this happening this way? And, he was really, really open with that. And when you read the Course, and you see all the ways that he helped and healed people. He never asked them their medical history. He didn't talk about, what was the ailments, what was the problems. He just saw the light and the love in them and said, "You're healed and you are back to your true self. You are back to your original self." And if that being was open to receive the healing, then the healing happened spontaneously. So I find that so
Instantly.
fascinating, especially, studying and listening to Joe Dispenza, because I feel like Joe Dispenza is honestly one of these modern day living Christs. He doesn't ask too many questions. He pretty much just does these spontaneous healings with people, and people are coming to him because they're open and they're like at the end of their, they've hit the wall and they're like, I just want, I believe that you can help me, you know and I think that that's the thing. I think people, I don't know, how do you guys feel about that?
But
And
And
welcome, Gracie.
Gracie.
the that goes along with the trust. That once you have that trust, then the healing's possible. Otherwise, it's not. I think of the woman who just all she did was touch the robe of Christ, and he could feel the healing go out into her, but it was her complete trust
Yeah,
that that would happen.
I know. I
Do
love
you
that
know
story too. I love that
that
one.
I read a little bit into the next lesson because I forgot that we didn't do this one, and so I read the other one, and I like the way that one brings out that you've already prepared the altar for him, or you prepared the table. In other words, you've already laid that groundwork of the acceptance and the trust. And when that happens, then the grace comes in. So I think that's just a beautiful thing, you know.
And to add on to what Auntie Jean is saying, and hello everyone, it's so hi,
Hi.
it's
Hello,
trust but
your voice sounds wonderful.
I
It
just
sounds
I
good.
just slept all of Tuesday. So
Yay. Oh, I'm so
yeah.
happy you did.
hmm Yes, and thank you. I just wanted to add that and thank you, Auntie Jean and Karen. So with the trust also comes a very important ingredient, which is to believe. To believe that yes, this has happened because as Auntie Jean gave us the example of the lady who said, if I could just touch his garment. In her, she knew, she trusted, but she also believed and said, that's all that I need. And sometimes we forget that we trust, but then we don't believe that it will happen. Okay, I'm trusting this God and I'm trusting this. Jesus trusted too. And he said, okay, I'm going to the crucifixion. I'll trust you, Father, that you know what's going to happen to me. Right? So he went, but he believed that I will be all right, because that's what my father has told me. So thank you.
Well, you guys, if you think about the light workers right now, um, for all, if you look at the world, for all indications, you could get really upset and worried. But those who have opened up, who've allowed the Holy Spirit and everything to be in their lives, they trust. You know, it's hard sometimes to walk around in this world with trust, but we do it because we believe. We know and we believe. And so, but I really, really loved this lesson. Yeah, I did.
I do too, Auntie Jean.
Yeah, I am very enjoyful every way today and count my blessings at what I can do.
The Pam's version is right up my alley. Do your beliefs block the flow of the world's limitless abundance? If you wish to understand the universe, think of energy, frequency, and vibration. And that was Nikola Tesla. And they talk about a resistor that blocks the flow of energy, and how most people are fine with that. That they, you know, they live with that, and they survive. But us, we throw away that resistor. We just let it flow. Let the light come in. Let the abundance happen. Let the miracles happen. And the grace is like Karen was talking about meditation. So all the living things that are out there that are beautiful, and if we just stop, look, and listen, we connect more. You let the energy flow a little more freely. It was Teri wasn't here yesterday, but I had a dragonfly in the backyard, and it was just buzzing around me, and I just stood there, and, I was waiting for it to land on my hand. I had my hand out. He didn't, or she didn't, or whatever it was, but it came right in front of me and just stood there with his things flapping, looking right at me.
Made you aware of its
I'm like,
presence.
oh my God. And I didn't have my camera on my phone with me. But I stood there for like 10 or 15 minutes, and then I went inside. I said, I got to go back inside and get my camera and get some pictures. So I did get some pictures. I'll share them with you later. But yeah, it was just amazing just standing there and being in that, communicating with that dragonfly. Just taking him.
Yeah, they are messengers.
Yeah, picking up the energy from him, and him from me, and yeah, it was really amazing. And that's such a graceful. The dragonflies, they're so, how they fly, and yeah, it's like wow.
Yeah.
But anyhow, that was my graceful experience, the dragonfly.
Oh, good.
if you look at their little faces, they really are intense. They look at you so intently with their big eyes, it almost is like human. You feel a real connection between you and the dragonfly. I found out yesterday that once they become an adult, they don't live very long
No,
after
couple of months,
adult.
3 to
They
6
don't.
months. Yeah.
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 Don't live very
Yeah. And they go through a lot just to be that adult, just to climb up out of the muck and the mire and be able to
long.
fly around and let us
Right.
see them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're an amazing
Yeah.
creature. They're one of my favorites of all the creatures on earth.
And they've been around before the dinosaurs and everything.
They're very ancient. Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
It's like, wow. I didn't realize that either. I did a little reading on them, yesterday since I connected with them. But, yeah.
Good. All right. So, should we go on to our next lesson?
Yes.
Thank you all for sharing so
Yes,
beautifully.
ma'am.
Yes, Mama P.
Okay, so this one is, there is no cruelty in God and none in me. And this is lesson 170. No one attacks without intent to hurt. This can have no exception. When you think that you attack in self-defense, you mean that to be cruel is protection. You are safe because of cruelty. You mean that you believe to hurt another being brings you freedom. And you mean that to attack is to exchange the state in which you are for something better, safer, more secure from dangerous invasion and from fear. How thoroughly insane is the idea that to defend from fear is to attack? For there is fear begot and fed with blood to make it grow and swell and rage, and thus is fear protected, not escaped. Today we learn a lesson which can save you more delay and needless misery that you can possibly imagine. It is this, and let's just take this in for a minute, really hear this. You make what you defend against, and by your own defense against it, is it real and inescapable? Lay down your arms, and only then do you perceive it false. It seems to be the enemy without that you attack, yet your defense sets up an enemy within, an alien thought at war with you, depriving you of peace, splitting your mind into two camps, which seem wholly irreconcilable. For love now has an enemy, an opposite, and fear, the alien, now needs your defense against the threat of what you are. If you consider carefully the means by which your fancied self-defense proceeds on its imagined way, you will perceive the premises on which the idea stands. First, it is an obvious idea that ideas must leave their source, for it is you who make attack and must have first conceived of it, yet you attack outside yourself and separate your mind from him who is to be attacked. With perfect faith, the split you made is real. Next are the attributes of love bestowed upon its enemy, for fear becomes your safety and your protector of your peace, to which you turn for solace and escape from doubts about your strength, and hope of rest in a dreamless quiet. And as love is shone on what belongs to it, and it alone, love is endowed with attributes of fear. For love would ask you to lay down all defense as merely foolish, and your arms indeed would crumble into dust, for such they are. With love as an enemy, must cruelty become a god? And gods demand that those who worship them obey their dictates and refuse to question them. Harsh punishment is meted out relentlessly to those who ask if the demands are sensible or even insane. It is their enemy who is unreasonable and insane, while they are always merciless and just. Today, we look upon this cruel God dispassionately, and we note that though his lips are smeared with blood and fire seems to flame from him, he is but made of stone. He can do nothing. We need not defy his power. He has none. And those who see in him their safety have no guardian, no strength to call upon in danger, and no mighty warrior to fight for them. This moment can be terrible, but it can also be the time of your release from abject slavery. You make a choice, standing before this idol that you made, seeing him exactly as he is. Will you restore to love what you have sought to wrest from it and lay before this mindless piece of stone? Or will you make another idol to replace it? For the god of cruelty takes many forms. Another can be found very easily. Yet do not think that fear is the escape from fear. Let us remember what the text has stressed about the obstacles to peace. The final one, the hardest to believe, is nothing, and a seeming obstacle with the appearance of a solid block, impenetrable, fearful, and beyond surmounting, is the fear of God himself. Here is the basic premise which enthrones the thought of fear as God. For fear is loved by those who worship it, and love appears to be invested now with cruelty. Where does the totally insane belief in gods of vengeance come from anyway? Love has not confused its attributes with those of fear, yet must the worshiper of fear perceive their own confusion in fear's enemy, its cruelty by now as part of love. And what becomes more fearful than the heart of love itself? The blood appears to be upon his lips. The fire comes from him, and he is terrible above all else, cruel beyond conception, striking down all who acknowledge him to be their God. The choice you make today is certain, for you look for the last time upon this bit of carven stone that you made and call it God no longer. You have reached this place before, but you have chosen that this cruel God remain with you and still another form. And so the fear of God returned to you. This time you leave it here and you return to a new world, unburdened by its weight, beheld not in its sightless eyes, but in the vision that your choice restored to you. Now do your eyes belong to Christ, and he looks through them. Now your voice belongs to God and echoes his. And now your heart remains at peace forever. You have chosen him in place of idols, and your attributes given by your Creator are restored to you at last. The call for God is heard and answered. Now has fear made way for love, as God himself replaces all cruelty. Father, like we are like you, no cruelty abides in us, for there is none in you. Your peace is ours, and we bless the world with what we have received from you. We choose again and make our choice for all creation, knowing that we are one with all. We bring them your salvation as we receive it now, and we give thanks to all who render us complete. In them we see your glory. In them we find our peace. Holy are we, because your holiness has set us free. And we give thanks. Amen. Sorry.
That was a beautiful reading. And yeah, this is going to be a beautiful lesson. And this is actually our last lesson before we go into another review. It seems like we just came out of a review. I know, right? But we'll do this lesson and talk about it tomorrow.
I think it's
And,
going to be a very hard lesson for me.
oh, yeah.
I really, I need some explanation of some of these things.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a very deep discussion, Jean. And
So,
yeah, I think you're right because, well, we'll discuss it tomorrow, but I know a lot of people that when they turn anger toward God and they're like saying, why is God so cruel? So I think we're going to have a really good discussion about this tomorrow. And let's just pray. Let's just set the intention and pray that Spirit will help us all to come to an understanding about this lesson and what it really is talking about and how we can integrate that into our lives and into our beliefs. All right, so we're going to change hats. And as we go into the chanting tonight, I would just like to ask for us to just hold whatever it is you want to see changed and broken through with this first chant, especially if there's something that you would like to manifest, if there's a person that you want to lift up and ask for whatever's going on with them, with their struggles and challenges, and see that situation change. And let's set intentions with this chant tonight for whatever it is that's in our hearts and our minds, that we're going to see that whatever the struggle is just an illusion, and we'll let it be done with. And that's my thought about Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, and that's what I'm going to do is hold the energy of what I would like to see shift and change as we chant tonight. So, Karen, please tell us how we do
Okay,
this.
so we're going to chant 3 times slow, and then we'll chant 108 times all together as our beautiful family. And beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to this magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in a short meditation on freedom. Then we'll go into our second chant. So we declare that all obstacles be removed. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all illusions, illness, and allergies be removed. Om Ganapataye Namaha. We declare that all barriers, conflicts, and violence be removed. Om Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam 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 Ganapataye Namaha.
Om
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Ganapataye
Om Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha. Om
Namaha.
Gam Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha. Om
Om Gam
Ganapataye
Ganapataye Namaha.
Namaha. Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om
Ganapataye
Gam
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Ganapataye
Om
Namaha.
Gam
Om
Ganapataye Namaha.
Ganapataye Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om Gam
Om
Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha.
Om
Om
Gam Ganapataye
Ganapataye
Namaha.
Namaha. Om
Om Ganapataye Namaha.
Let's breathe into our heart center. Just focus on that freedom that we feel when we realize that it's so silly to buy into the illusions, to think that anything could keep us from our Creator, that anything at all could keep us from who we truly are. And when we let go of the thoughts that keep us held down, boy, we can soar like a bird. And let's do that. Let's let our energy raise up higher and higher and higher, going up to that higher place where we see miracles everywhere. And we know that they're right there. All we have to do is open our eyes. That's all. Just awaken to that fact that, yes, they're there and they're for me and I deserve them. So hold that in your heart that we deserve these miracles when we go into this miracle chant of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
All
Karen?
right. So now we get the miracles flowing. We got the love showing. It's time to chant this out for all our beautiful, beautiful creation. Everyone, let us hold this vision for all the beings all across the entire universe. So we'll do this 3 times slow. Then we'll do 108 all together as our beautiful family. And beautiful Auntie Jean will let us know when we get to that magic number. And then beautiful Teri Angel will lead us in the next part of our session. So we declare that all are accepting, aligning, allowing, and awake. Nam Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo. We
Kyo.
declare that all are happy and healthy. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo. And
Kyo.
we declare that all live in peace and harmony and are open and ready to receive miracles. Nam Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Yahweh,
Nam Myoho
Yahweh, 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 Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo, Nam Myoho
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Ring
Myoho
it,
Renge
Nam Yaho Ring
Kyo.
it, Nam Yaho Ring
Nam
it,
Myoho
Nam Yaho
Renge
Ring it,
Kyo.
Nam Yaho Ring it,
Renge
Nam Yaho Ring
Kyo. Renge
it,
Kyo.
Nam Yaho Ring
Nam
it,
Myoho
Nam Yaho
Renge
Ring
Kyo.
it, Nam Yaho
Myoho
Ring it,
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Yaho Ring it,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Yaho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo, Nam Yaho Renge Kyo,
Oh,
Nam Yaho Renge Kyo, 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 Nam Yaho Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Oh,
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo,
Nam
meow,
Myoho
meow,
Renge Kyo,
meow, meow,
Nam
meow,
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo, Nam Myoho
meow,
Nam
Renge
Yaho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
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 Nam
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Yaho
Kyo,
Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam Yaho
Myoho
Renge
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 Kyo,
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 Nam
Nam Yaho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam
Renge
Yaho Renge
Kyo,
Kyo,
Nam Myoho
meow,
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Yaho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Yaho Renge Kyo,
Kyo.
Nam Yaho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam Yaho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Yaho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Yaho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Yaho Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Yaho Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge Kyo,
Nam Yaho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Yaho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Yaho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo, Nam Yaho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Yaho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Yaho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo, Nam Yaho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo, Nam
Renge
Yaho
Kyo,
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo,
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo,
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo, Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo,
Renge
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo,
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge Kyo,
Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo,
Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge Kyo,
Kyo, Nam Myoho Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo, Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo,
Kyo,
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho Renge Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo,
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge Kyo.
Myoho Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge Kyo,
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo,
Nam Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho
Renge Kyo.
Renge Kyo. Nam
Nam Myoho
Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo. Nam
Nam
Myoho
Myoho Renge
Renge
Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Nam Myoho
Nam Myoho
Renge
Renge
Kyo. Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo. Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam
Kyo.
Myoho
Nam
Renge
Myoho
Kyo.
Renge
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Kyo.
Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
What a beautiful chant. So let's hold that in our heart now, that beautiful energy of love, energy of accepting in what we deserve, that we are worthy to have fun, creativity, love, joy, all the blessings that can come our way. And so very grateful to our Creator. So let's chant Om 3 times because that is the cosmic sound of God. And every night we give that gratitude and that honor and that respect to our Creator. And then stay in your hearts after that. Pull that love deeper into your heart so we can give it away. So take a deep breath in. Let's begin the chanting of Om. Let's hold that love that we have in our heart, all that gratitude, that peace, that joy. Really feel it. Feel it in your heart before we send it out on assignment. We're going to ask that this love reach every person on the planet. We know this is possible because we're all connected. We're all one. So we're setting the intention that all of us here together at the same time are sending this blast of love out to everything on earth that has energy and that it will make a difference. So breathe in the love, and release it and let it go. Once you release it, then it knows what to do. And we don't have to control it or manipulate it. We just love it to wherever it's going and whatever life is touching. Om Shanti Shanti.
Peace,
Om
peace,
Peace.
peace.
Peace, peace. May peace prevail on our earth, in the hearts of every being on earth. Om Shanti. Oh, this has felt so good tonight to be together. And who do we have with us? Somebody came in. Marlene, our
Yay.
miracle Marlene, jumped in here with us.
Yay.
Hi, Marlene. Thank you for being here. So every night we do a declaration. We've been doing this, I think, almost since the very first show that we did this together. And I put the words up on the screen. And I'm going to ask our wonderful Christine if you will lead us in this, please.
Yeah, I am honored. We do this every night. We the prayer today, peace on earth and be with kind to everyone else. 1, 2, 3.
We declare
We declare
that there is peace on earth,
on earth,
and we
and we
declare
declare
that peace begins
inside of us.
inside of us.
and
So
forever
And
and
ever.
Amen.
ever.
Amen.
and we are
The
a group
peace
known
at
as the
the peace
Peace for
for peace.
Peace.
Yes,
And we
we are.
have a movement going now for 1,129 days.
Woohoo! And Terry is a P, and Chris is a P, and Karen is a P, and Marlene, our beautiful Marlene, is a P, and Gracie is a beautiful P, and Charlie is a charming P, and I am Auntie P, but we have P's all over the world, and this is bringing about peace on the earth, and that's why we can confidently say we know there is peace on the earth. So, my question to you all is
Wouldn't you want
would you like
To
to
be
be
a peace
P2.
too.
Ah,
and that way we can just hurry this up. So, we'll have peace on earth very soon. So, love you all. Thank you for being here and be kind.
And
And now Tracy's turn.
be kind.
yeah, be.
Yes. And Christian Elizabeth, would you like to help me sing? Because I'm not quite to par. Because
Yeah,
I
the
know that
hello held
the
a
hero
wisely
with the
cast
sound
down a
of
sand
rain
in
and the
the
sprinkling of
wind of
rain
peace.
and the smiles of
Someone
peace
praises
because
and
Peace
peace
is
is
coming around the
around the
corner when
corner
we
we
when
chant.
chant.
when we chant?
peace
Peace
is
is coming around the
The
corner when we
corner when
chant.
chant.
When we chant,
Peace is coming
The
around the
brown
corner. We
corner.
see
smiles
smiles on people's
on
faces. Peace is
faces.
coming
Yeah.
around the
Lord,
corner when we
When
chant.
chant.
and
And
be
be
kind.
kind.
And be kind.
Thank you, Karen, for the melody, carrying the melody. Thank you, Christine
My
Elizabeth,
honor,
and
my
for
honor. I'm
singing.
so grateful that your voice is coming back. I can't wait till you can carry the songs out for us.
I hope, but you're doing all well. But thank you.
Oh, it's so great to hear your voice again.
Yeah,
as it is.
I'm
I'm
feeling
so
much
glad
better.
you're feeling better. We've been clearing those allergies. We're chanting for the cleared allergies
Yes, and all the prayers. Thank
and
you.
perfect
Yeah,
health for everyone. All of creation. Let's just have a perfect health planet.
that's right. And prayer is important, and it works. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. What a beautiful night together. Thank you all for being here and keep coming back. We'll do this tomorrow night. Come and
Hey.
join with us.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And just to shout out to Dr. Ruth Anderson, her birthday
Yes.
is tomorrow. So if you get a minute, just send her a message. Just
Oh,
uplift her with some love. And
Yeah.
yes.
thank you all for doing that. Stay in your
And
hearts and stay blessed. And we leave you with
When I'm
bye, everyone.
Bye.
So much.